Hello everyone, I'm High Priestess or Phoenix. Unlike other faiths, when it comes to Hecate or any other god or goddess, there is no terms and conditions that apply. There are no terms and conditions that apply when working with any other god or goddess, especially with Hecate. Hecate never wants to infringe on your free will. She will help you. She will speak to you through your dreams, your intuitions, through signs, through numbers, through symbols. But she will never say to you, if you don't do this, I'm going to do this to you. That's not a god or goddess that should be worshipped. That is a god or goddess that should be feared. That is extortion and terrorism. Extortion and terrorism. That is when someone says to you, a god or goddess or any superior being says, if you don't do this, I'm going to do this to you. That's extortion. That's blackmail. With Hecate, she gives you full reign to make your own decisions. Why? Because you are the one that has to live with those decisions. Now listen, she will help you. She will help any witch that asks for her help. She will not save you from yourself, but she will tell you, hey, you're about to go off a cliff. You might want to back up, but she's not going to physically stop you from jumping off that same cliff. The decision is ultimately yours to make. There is no terms or conditions with the Queen of Witches. She does not roll that way. She does not operate that way. No god or goddess in our faith operates that way. So you don't have to worry about, even if it's not Hecate, you don't have to worry about getting in trouble. You don't have to worry about a wrath being forced on you because you chose not to listen to the god or goddess advice and did your own thing. You're not going to be punished. You're going to be taught a lesson. You're going to be taught a lesson. You're not going to get your ass beat. You're not going to be condemned to a fiery hell. Because that's extortion and terrorism. That's Christianity, right? Right. So you don't have to worry about having to sign a contract, spiritual contract, on working with any god or goddess out of fear that if you don't, you're going to face some type of retribution. You're not. There are no terms and conditions when it comes to any god or goddess. You can walk away from any god or goddess that you don't particularly feel a connection with anymore, you don't feel that bond with anymore. It's fine. That god or goddess is not going to hold it against you. They're not going to, punish you, punish your bloodline, because that is extortion and terrorism. There are no terms and conditions that apply when you work with any god or goddess, and Hecate will always want you to live your best life. But ultimately, it's you, the witch, that has to live their best life. There are no terms and conditions. There is no fear of you being punished because you chose to do what you wanted to do. There's only lessons. It's up to you if you learn that lesson, because if you have not learned that lesson will be repeated until you do. But you will not be condemned to a fiery hell. You will not be cursed or hexed, or a god or goddess will no longer work with you. They will still work with you, but you will just have to work harder in the natural world to get what you really want. You really have to push yourself now because you didn't listen to the god or goddess that you originally worked with that was trying to warn you that, hey, you're about to go off a cliff. You might want to back up. There are no terms and conditions that apply.